Welcome to La Twins Experience with
Kim
and Donyetta.
Now let's get back on our bullshit.
Okay.
I can't. I'm Kim.
And I'm Donyetta.
And welcome back to another episode of La Twins Experience.
Back on our bullshit.
Did you take your cough drops today?
I did, and I didn't drink any hot tea. I didn't even make any coffee today, and it's National Coffee Day. So I gotta get my life together. I'm still sort of kind of on the sick and shut in list, but it's allergies, y'all. So we gonna be here a minute.
I hope my intro picked up because my microphone was way over yonder just now.
Last week I had my AirPods in. Kim microphone in the other room.
Oh God, we are a mess.
We act like we just started this.
I know. Listen, it's hard out here in these podcast streets.
It's hard out here for a pimp. So what's been going on in your week? Tell me why I drink this water so I won't cough.
Girl, do you know what I did? Okay. Did you ever pierce your ear at the very top back in the day?
Yes, and it never healed ever.
Why does everybody say that? Okay, so I had it too, right? I took it out like 15 years ago. But when I went to Tulum, I got the middle of my ear pierced. And I take that out every now and again and I put it back in. So I put it back in and I put it in the top by accident.
So the top is still there?
It's still there. And I didn't realize, and 2 days later, I'm like, why is my ear hurting?
Damn.
Girl, my ear was hurting. It was swollen. Listen, I didn't know what the heck was going on. And I looked close in the mirror. I was like, wait, I got this in the wrong deal.
That's what she said.
Oh Lord. So today I was like, let me try to keep it in. So today I put a little hoop in here and it doesn't hurt. I'm a mess. I can't believe I did that. It was hurting for like
is closed
3 days. But why does everyone who gets that piercing, it just doesn't heal? Like,
it was the devil. I had to let it go. Everybody I know, like you said, everybody I know, they just, oof.
Everybody, it hurt. Everyone's hurts. No one has it anymore. So I'm gonna see how I last for the next 2 days. If it still hurts, that thing is gone again. You're gone. You're out of here.
So the one on the middle is better.
The one in the middle healed. Like, it doesn't hurt at all. I got that one in Tulum.
Girl, now that we entering Thottam, I'm gonna see if my hole's still open.
Girl, post up to India. That thing was open. I was shocked.
We sound so nasty right now talking about holes and open and
that hole was wide open.
When we go low, they go wide.
I can't.
Oh.
So that was the culmination of my week, y'all.
A mess, honey. Let me see. I can't tell y'all what I did last week because it was a whole hot girl summer. But I just know I had fun.
Out in these streets, boy. She just every place.
All right, you guys. We have the Black Girl Magic segment of the show coming up. And so this week we have Black Girl Magic and Black Boy Joy because, fabulousness. So Black Girl Magic is HBCU graduate Ayo Davis was named the president of Disney branded television. Round of applause. Clap, clap, clap.
Give it up for the girl. Wait, she got her little A on in her picture. Okay, girl. Man, she makes me miss a perm.
She cute.
You see her hair?
That hair laid.
Her hair is laid and slayed. Got the little flippy going at the end. I'm not mad at you.
It's laid. Wow. It's laid like a bridge over troubled waters.
So Davis is a graduate of Dillard University, and she succeeds Gary Marsh, who for the past year served as president and chief creative officer of Disney branded television. So yeah, kudos to her.
And she will report to the chairman of Disney General Entertainment.
Mm-hmm. And you know,
that's a big deal.
Dillard's posted her. They not Dillard's the store, Dillard University.
that Dillard.
They proud of they girl. They posted her on their Instagram page with a congratulations. So yeah, kudos to her.
Let's see. For Black Boy Joy, David Alan Grier has won a Tony. I will always forever remember David Alan Grier from In Living Color. 2 snaps up.
That's where everyone remembers. Listen, I had no idea that he is such an accomplished actor.
He lays low.
He lays so low. But yeah, we know him as like a comedian. But David Alan Grier has roots. Let me just see.
So what do you get a Tony for?
Tony is for Broadway. So like theater acting.
And then,
I don't know if
and then the Grammy is for music and the Emmy is acting. Like
Emmy is acting, but no, the Emmy is small screen. The Oscar is the movies.
Ah, why they got so many damn award shows?
Yeah, so when you get all 4, you have an EGOT. So I know John Legend has an EGOT. I think Whoopi has an EGOT.
The Cicely Tyson. I think Whoopi the Cicely.
Let me see who has an EGOT. There's not a lot of people. So Whoopi has one. The rest of these folks, I don't know. Mel Brooks has one. And that's about it that we know. There's other folks, but I don't know who they are. And John Legend is
Barbra
probably
Streisand, Quincy Jones.
Why does it say winners including non-competitive awards? Oh, if they get like an honorary award, probably. So
Harry Belafonte.
He's on there. Oh, he's in a non-competitive, so he didn't earn it. He probably got given one of, how they give like governor's awards. How Debbie Allen just got a governor's award at the Emmys. So if you get one of those, they say you have the EGOT, but you didn't win it. You were given it.
James Earl Jones. Oh no, his Oscar is a non-competitive award. Y'all cut this out. Cut this out.
Listen, that's like getting an honorary degree. You didn't graduate. You just got an honorary degree.
Like,
But Jennifer Hudson is on her way. She has 3 of the 4. So she just needs the Tony, and she'll be an EGOT winner as well. So I'm sure she's looking for her next great Broadway role.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of J. Hood.
I love J. Hood. Although when her and Beyonce were up against each other for Dreamgirls, I was like, y'all gonna give Beyonce these awards. No. Okay. Jennifer took everything. Everything. The Oscar, the Emmy,
I hated her acting in Sex and the City. It was awful.
Agreed.
Oof.
Agreed. Oof. That was like her first film role, though.
I thought Dreamgirls was first.
Dreamgirls was first.
See, she don't have no excuse. It was just bad.
You know what?
It was just bad.
She got Sex in the City because of Dreamgirls, all those accolades, right?
And I bet everybody was on the set like,
why does Heifer here?
Okay. Who sent you?
But yeah, so congratulations to Mr. David Alan Grier.
I was about to say James Earl Jones.
Not James Earl, David Allen.
He was still on my mind. Song picks of the week. So y'all, how come I added my song? And Kim was like, it's already on there. I was like, no, we had a project pack. And she's like, it's the same song. 2 totally different songs, but they're both good and ratchet. Y'all know I love me some ratchet music, baby.
It's the same doggone song. They use the same beat, the same hook. How many times they gonna remix this song? Totally I love it. I love it. I love it, but I'm gonna need y'all to let this one go. Let it live.
Can y'all guess what song we talking about?
But this is the version that I love, though.
I was like all of them because I would be swearing I'm doing the chorus. So the song I pick is International Players Anthem by UGK featuring Outkast. Are they still going by Outkast, or do we need to say Big Boy and Andre?
Well, they haven't released an album in like a decade, so I don't know. Ever since that, I like the way you move. They just stopped making music after those 2 solo albums. Like,
they cannot be bothered. Okay,
shoot,
they cannot be bothered. All right, Kim, what's your song pick?
My song pick is Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Khalees. And I didn't know this song until recently, because y'all know I be letting Spotify just shuffle my songs and they just be coming up with stuff. And I just be like, what's this? And I was like, oh, this is old.
I don't know if I've ever heard it.
It's good.
Hated
you know, she's like a chef now.
In the words of David Allen Greer, hated it.
No, was it that Keenan and who sat next to him? And Damon. That was Keenan and Damon.
I thought that was David Allen Greer and Keenan.
No, remember the bald one? Remember Keenan used to sit there with the little...
Yeah, the bald one was Keenan. I mean... The bald one was Damon, and then David Allen Greer, because remember he used to have that little box.
No,
you know, that
the
Bill Cosby
bald
box.
one was Are they both bald? They might both be bald.
The box might have been fake. You know. Let me see.
It was Damon Allen Greer. It was Damon Allen Greer.
Yeah, because he used to wear the look. Well, they both wore bow ties. Because remember, sometimes they would get mad at each other and make makeup.
TV, I would go back and watch these.
Let's see what we got. On to bullshit of the week, where we discuss hot topics. Mm-hmm. Oh, are we starting with this one? Eesh.
Yeah, we starting off with not so good news, y'all. So remember last week I mentioned the young man that was missing, Jelani Day. So they actually found his body after, you know, his mother and his story finally got national news attention. So he's been missing since August 25th. And they found his body on September 4th and could not identify him. So he's been sitting in a morgue somewhere, like as a John Doe.
A John Doe?
For like almost a month.
That happens so often to people.
And you would think, like, he was in another state, though. So, like, how do dental records work? Do they, like, file your records with the state? I wonder how that works.
Child, they can't even tell you if you got a COVID vaccine if you go. So, but y'all love living in America, though.
Because I'm like, I got pre-check. So if you run my prints, you going to find me, right? But
and then even though you had temporary clear, they got your eyeballs, too.
They got my retina. I can't. Clear is canceled, but they got my eyeballs. They got my fingerprints, too, but... So they identify his remains through forensic dental identification and DNA testing. So at least his mother has some closure, but they still don't know what happened to him.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. This is like... And it's happened so long. Hopefully they found some additional evidence that maybe they're not releasing to the public.
Because if it's an ongoing case, they will not tell us stuff, and then it look like they're not doing nothing. Then they're like, boom, we caught the person. You be like, oh, that is usually how it works.
We're gonna keep up with this story and see what happens. But at least his mother knows something now. It wasn't good news, but I feel for her.
So the next on our bullshit of the week, hot topics, is some more not so happy news. Michael K. Williams' cause of death was revealed. And so if you guys remember, a couple weeks ago we talked about Michael K. Williams. He is probably most known for his role as Omar on The Wire, HBO's The Wire.
Omar from The Wire.
And let me see, because I want to tell y'all acute intoxication by the combined effects of fentanyl, fluorofentanyl, heroin, and cocaine. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Now, fentanyl is like an opioid, right? Do you need a prescription to get it?
It's sort of like morphine and Percocet, I guess.
Because you hear fentanyl comes up a lot.
I'd have heard a lot. So what is fentanyl? Like, what is this, like separate drugs that one takes? Or are they like a cocktail? Because that's a lot of different things. I think
he probably was doing coke or heroin and heroin. How can you do coke and heroin? What is heroin?
That's what I'm saying. Is this like it says fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid that is similar to morphine, but it is 50 to 100 times more potent.
Y'all,
so
I don't know.
So it's like what they had me on after my surgery.
Yeah, so I think the fentanyl had to be pills, right?
No, they had mine in an IV drip. The opioid they had me on, it was an IV drip, and then when they moved me to Percocet, it was pill form. So I think it just depends.
But how do you get it when you're like in the streets?
Shoot it up, probably like the heroin.
So maybe he had a cocktail that went bad. I don't know.
That's a lot of different drugs. That's like cognac. Because y'all don't know it's cognac. Because Negroes love Hennessy. Hennessy is a cognac, y'all. It's not. Hennessy is not a liquor. It is a type. It's a brand. I can't stand Hennessy. So that's like doing a cognac, a whiskey, a vodka, and tequila. Whoa! I don't know. That's a lot of different drugs. Because cocaine, you snort it, right?
Cocaine, you snort.
Heroin, you shoot up, or do you smoke it? You smoke crack.
I know now that you smoke, because I've been...
I want to say, how do you use heroin, but I don't want this in my search history.
Listen, I already searched heroin to see what it was. I think it's like liquid form.
I think you shoot it up. Yeah. Why am I doing this? Because I see them do it on the movies. This is looking real suspect right about now.
So maybe that's a lot of drugs. You know how people have their weed and they'll sprinkle the coke on it so they can get a better high. So maybe he had I don't know, but it's sad, man. He overdosed. Well, we knew he overdosed. We just didn't know what it was from. So yeah, it was deemed an accidental overdose by the medical examiner.
That is really, really rough.
He was young. What was he, like 50, early 50s?
And somebody listening to this time out there, that ain't young. To us, it is. Because we 40, so shut your mouth.
Listen, I've been watching these shows. You know, I binge watched The Shy. Then I watched 50 Cent's show reluctantly because he narrates the damn thing and I can't stand him. But the narration went down. But yeah, they were selling coke and cooking coke to make crack, and that's the only reason why I know what it is and how it's. But they're not doing heroin yet, so I don't know.
Heroin. What were they doing in New Jack City? Crack. Yeah,
I think like crack started in like the 80s. They started cooking coke and getting that extra high from the crack. So yeah, sad altogether.
I'm gonna just stick with Prosecco.
You know,
Carucci. Okay, Carucci.
Look, we late on this news because no one talked about it, and I just happened to come across it. I don't know how, but Carucci won an Emmy, y'all. Y'all know who Carucci is?
I think I knew, and nobody cared.
I think nobody.
Y'all just be doing that girl wrong.
She gets such a bad rap. Okay, she was Chris Brown.
Girl, this is dated from July, Kim. We're so late.
Oh shit, it's way late.
Like 4 months
wait. So how did it come up on my feed? Because the Emmys just happened, right? The Emmys just happened.
Apparently
2 weeks
not.
ago.
She got the award in July.
I'm gonna need Essence.
I do remember reading this whole article.
Wait, it's Essence. You know they be having stuff wrong on Essence
from years ago.
But listen, Karrueche won an Emmy for outstanding performance by a lead actress in a daytime fiction program. Now, this is the woman that was with Chris Brown after Rihanna, right?
Well, after, during, before.
I don't know. And Chris Brown been calling her name out in songs, and she's with Victor Cruz. Is his name Victor Cruz?
Yeah, and then they broke up. She was on a Y'all Fix My Life talking about her.
They broke up?
Relationship with Chris Brown. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
maybe
that.
last year, earlier this year. It's been a minute.
Victor Cruz?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
But y'all get her such a hard time for sticking with Chris Brown. And y'all don't leave y'all baby daddies. All 3 of them.
Listen, somebody got to take them. Y'all can't crucify people forever, right? Eventually, you got to give people another chance.
And then you don't know what she was going through or what made her feel like she had to stay in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
After a 3-year relationship, Victor and Karrueche revealed they had decided to go their separate ways. This is in February of 2021.
Oh, I missed that news.
Because remember, Chris Brown used to troll that relationship.
Yeah, he wanted her back. He been wanting her back.
Karrueche! He said her name in that song and she didn't even blink. Good.
Nope, she kept it moving. But congratulations to her. That's big. You won an Emmy, girl.
And it's she's the first, what did you say? Pacific Island?
Girl, I don't even know.
African American.
These terms they be making up. Wait, what did she?
Asian American and Pacific Island descent.
What that mean?
Kim? Asian American and Pacific Island.
So what's the Pacific Island? Like Hawaii?
Which I thought was Asian descent. Oh, gosh.
You know, we gotta Google's everything. Okay. Pacific Islanders are people. Wait, Pacific Islanders are people of the Pacific Islands.
What islands are in the Pacific? Like Fiji?
Wait. Particularly those who are indigenous to them. But where? What's the Pacific Island? Okay, here we go. Polynesian, Malaysian, Micronesians. The indigenous people of Oceania. Listen, I didn't know that. So I guess that's where she's from. Asian, Native Hawaiian, and other Pacific Island populations. So she could be Hawaiian. I don't know what she is. Let's see.
I don't know. Does she have African American in her? Or she just has browner skin?
She does. So her mom is Vietnamese and her father is African American.
So Vietnamese, that's not Asian?
Yeah, that's Vietnam. Yeah, that's Asian.
I'm so confused. So where did the Pacific? I'm so confused.
You know how they have to create terms to include everybody. Like LGBT went to LGBTQ.
Them and they.
Then they added an I. And did they add something else to it now? They have an IA2+. How many things
What's
are they
the IA2?
I don't know. Lesbian, gay, bisexual,
like
transgender.
code.
Wait, transgender, queer, intersexual, asexual, and two-spirited. What the fuck is two-spirited?
Sound like a Gemini to me. Bipolar asses.
Like, you know how they try to call black people BIPOC now?
What is that?
We black. BIPOC.
What's the BI?
It's something person of color. Black, indigenous, people of color.
And I still debate if I should refer to myself as African American or black. I'm shook with my own identity.
I just
as
say
it relates
black.
to a black American.
I say black because we're not just African. Like, you're African American, right? If your ancestors came from Africa to America, you're African American, right? But if your ancestors are from the Caribbean, like, Caribbean people don't identify as African American. They might be Jamaican American, you know, Trini American.
They identify as very specifically, like, when you ask a Caribbean islander, like, where they're from, they don't even tell you the state that they grew up in. The U.S., they be like, oh, I'm from Haiti. And you never lived in Haiti a day in their life.
No.
And so, like, just even the different identities.
That's why I don't call them
I am African American. But you know what? The U.S. is really the only country where we identify people by the color of their skin. Like,
well,
and we're starting to make other people do it.
In London, they have a new term for black folks as well.
What is it?
Hold on. I can't remember, but it's like another... What is that called? Ugh. Oh, it's called BAME. BAME. I swear, you can't make this up. So BAME is not only black people, it's like all minorities. So it's black, Asian, minority, ethnic. So in the UK, this is basically people of color. They call them BAME.
Y'all make my head hurt.
And you know, a lot of the black people in the UK, in London specifically, they have either African roots or they have Caribbean roots. You know, they're not like just black British. There's some people that are black British, of course, but a lot of the black people in London have roots from the Caribbean and Africa. So it's just very interesting how countries identify colored folks, people of color. Yeah, this is a hot mess, y'all. So apparently Kelly Price was missing, and she actually really wasn't missing. So there was a story went out that Kelly Price was missing. They like put like an AP. What did they do when they, you know, say put a missing person report out?
Like APB, missing persons.
Yeah, like someone did a welfare check at her home, and I guess she didn't answer or whatever, so she was reported missing. And, you know, she was diagnosed with COVID in July, and I think that no one really saw her much since then. So after the story came out that she was missing, you know, she went to TMZ and said, hello, I'm here. I'm just minding my own business, you know. I don't want to see y'all behinds.
I was gonna say, some of her family get on her nerves and she cut their asses off.
You know,
it ain't nothing to cut that off.
And she's like, the people that were looking for me, I didn't talk to y'all anyway, so I don't know why y'all looking for me.
Because they need some of her money. Probably.
But yeah, she said that she was in the hospital. She had COVID. She actually flatlined, so they had to bring her back to life. And yeah, she had like you know, Kelly Price has battled with her weight for like years. And, you know, when you have those underlying conditions and you get COVID,
sometimes it makes it worse.
I'm here. The people that need to know I'm okay, know I'm okay. The rest of y'all fools, just y'all need to go somewhere. Stay where y'all at. Put that weird back there.
That sounds like something I would do. I don't be answering the phone, responding to messages, nothing. I'd be just fine. But I will post on social media, so that's how you know I saw it, because I post on social media with my phone. Just trifling, Donyetta.
Yeah.
Ooh, Robert.
Did you think he was going to get off?
I was wondering, because it's been such a hot mess. Like, I remember him peeing on that girl when I was like a teenager.
No, we were in college. We were in college, because I remember.
Yeah, we were still teenagers, like 18, 19.
Yes. I remember someone bringing that tape to my dorm room, and we watched it. So this was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, like that. I remember even back. I remember being a teenager and he was married to Aaliyah. Like, I don't remember it being a secret at all. It was the thing people talked about, but nobody ever really talked about. So, like, he's been having a run. This is decades long of fuckery.
And, you know, he's been in jail all this time. Like, I don't think he could... Did he get bail? I don't think he got bail because he would have been out.
I think he would have left. He might have been a flight risk.
You know,
Kelly has been in custody for much of the time since he was formally charged in 2019.
Yep. You know, he tried to get out when COVID hit.
He was convicted on 1 count of racketeering and 8 counts of violating the Mann Act, the law that bars transporting people across state lines. So, sex trafficking.
Mm-hmm. Listen, that's like when the mobsters go down. They get them for racketeering and tax evasion. They don't get them for like all the murder and all the other shit they do. So they get you for something else. But Kelly got caught for something else and something to do with a young girl. So yeah, he's going. I think he could get like 30 years for this.
He had some of these women here in Atlanta in that some of his houses. I believe I can fly. Demanding that they call him daddy. Because it's alleged that he married Aaliyah when she was 15 so that he could have her get an abortion.
What?
I do remember reading that since this case came out. Like, that's why they got married.
Wow.
Because as the adult, then he could, you know, sign for said. But her parents had to let her get married, right? I don't know the backstory to that. That was a...
Didn't they lie about her age? Like, say she was 18 or something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is a hot-ass mess. But listen, R. Kelly, you ain't seen outside for a long, long time, bruh. You better get you a little portable microphone and I don't know what they have, those little flip phones in jail, and record you some songs from the inside because you ain't coming.
What's it called? Them Boost Mobile, them crickets. But they might have to put him in like special.
Yeah, you know he ain't. But look, Epstein,
sex offenders and child.
Epstein was in solitary and he hung himself, so, allegedly.
Yeah, they say solitary confinement is in actuality like punishment because like humans, we need interaction, we need sunlight, and so a lot of people do nut up in solitary confinement, which is the point of them putting them in there in the first place. Oof.
No, they would tear his behind up.
Sex offenders, especially child sex offenders, don't do well.
Look at this. Bill Cosby feels R. Kelly got railroaded at sex trafficking trial. How Bill Cosby got out?
Shut the hell up. On a technicality.
Wait, the deck was stacked against Robert. His constitutional rights were grossly abused. I don't know anywhere but in this country, in the United States, that a documentary can bring some criminal charges against someone. That is true because nothing happened to R. Kelly until that documentary came out. What was that thing called? Being R. Kelly?
Surviving R. Kelly.
Being R. Kelly.
So, Bill, shut up.
He faces 10 years to life in prison at his sentencing next May.
He better not get only 10.
Wow.
And I don't think it's just a documentary. I think they've been investigating R. Kelly for years, but certain people just have a little bit more wiggle room and are a little bit more slippery fish, especially when you have money and power. And then when people in the industry that were protecting him started to turn on him and a documentary was allowed to be made, I just think people stopped supporting him and his foolishness, because everybody who worked for him can say it. Music producers, other people in the industry, people made songs with R. Kelly, and now they be like, you know what, I knew what was going on and that was fucked up of me to record a song with him. I'm gonna pull that from my catalog. So this ain't no like low kept secret, just like people knew that Bill Cosby was like raping women and giving them drugs. It's public information, allegedly.
Let me see.
And Hennessy is a cognac.
She gonna lead us Hennessy alone, y'all.
Because y'all swear Hennessy is a type of liquor. You know Coca-Cola is a soda, right? Hennessy is a cognac.
Oh, Lord. Listen, this judge is going to throw the book at him. Judge Ann Donnelly. She's a white woman. She's 62 years old. She's from Royal Oak, Michigan, and she's working in Brooklyn court. Kelly.
Did you see that Chuck D? That Chuck D took some heat for tweeting about it?
No. What did he say?
He was saying, you know, people go to prison all the time and they come out, change people, and we should give R. Kelly like a chance to reform. And people's like, why don't you give this empathy to his victims? He hasn't even gone to prison yet, and here you are with this toxic black male energy talking shit.
Mm-hmm. Why is Chuck D comparing R. Kelly to Ike Turner, who served 18 months in prison? Rick James did similar time. Ike came out a changed, positive human being. How long should R. Kelly spend in prison? And does a USA system give a man a chance for a man to change his world around? He ain't even been in there 2 years.
He's shown no remorse and won't even admit what he did. How are you going to... Like, you have to be accountable and self-reflective. And how are you going to turn your life around and you keep saying that you didn't do these things? Remember that interview with Gail? I didn't do this, man. I'm fighting for him.
Because he's crazy. He's a narcissist. He's crazy. He thinks what he did is okay.
He calls himself the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper used to play his flute and lure children out of the village and... Yeah.
Am I going to have to stop stepping in the name of love? I love that song. We didn't know nothing about Chicago stepping until that song came out.
And remember Down Low and Down Low Remix?
Get on the Down Low. Does Ronald Isley still sing those R. Kelly songs?
So now we're moving to good news. Because y'all been on some bullshit this week. Ooh. After 5 years, the Obamas break ground on the Presidential Center. So if you did not know, if you've been under a rock, the Obamas have opened up a presidential center on Chicago's South Side. Mm-hmm. Because that's where he met Michelle.
It's not open yet.
Oh, yeah, they broke the ground. And Hennessy is a cognac. So they're building it, finally, at last.
They just flipped some dirt, y'all, after 5 years. So, finally.
Ooh, it's lakefront, Chicago Park. We're going to have to go up there and visit. I still need to go to the what's the museum in DC? I've been to the Civil Rights Museum here in Atlanta because I live here.
Girl, that African American Museum, it's tough.
I heard you need days.
I went there and like it's so emotionally draining that you have to I couldn't go back. Like, and I didn't even, Emmett Till's casket is in that museum.
With his body in it or no?
It better not be. But his, there's like...
Well, hold on. If his casket is in there, then where's the body?
I think his casket is in there because there was a line to get in to see it. Wow, he was displayed in a glass top casket so the world could see his beaten body. See, I didn't see it because there was a line to go into the room. Like, they have his casket and you can't even see it. It's like in a whole separate room, but you have to wait online to get into it. But before you even get there, like, you're so like emotionally drained from everything that you see. Like, there was no way I was standing on line to go see that. So you definitely need more than one day. But after the first day, I don't know that you would want to go back. Because it's a lot.
But you know what, like, the sad thing about being like a black American, like in the South. So I went to the Civil Rights Museum here in Atlanta, and I remember there's like a simulation, and you sit at a counter because at some point we weren't allowed to sit at the counters in these restaurants and stuff, and so protesters would sit at the counters and they would get arrested for doing things that only white people were supposed to do. So there's a simulation where you put the headphones on and you listen to what it was like to sit at a counter and they call you the N-word and spit on you and these things. And so I remember it was a black lady working at the museum, and she said most people can't sit through this and listen to it. And I was like, oh, I said, well, does that mean I shouldn't do it? And she said, oh no, you'll be fine. She said it's mostly white people who can't take it.
White people?
And that's so, yeah, like I'm numb to it. I'm used to it, especially as somebody in the South. But like white people hear it and they have to get up, like they can't, and it's only like a couple of minutes, if not a minute and 30 seconds, and they literally cannot sit through it. She's like, oh no, you'll be fine, you can sit through it. Because, like, that's the kind of ish I'm used to. Especially, like, being a black person in the South.
I need to visit there when I come. Because I've never been there.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, she's like, oh, no, you'll be fine. And it struck me that I am numb to a lot of stuff.
You know what I have been to was the Lorraine Motel, the National Civil Rights Museum, where Martin Luther King was assassinated. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Okay, the outside looks like the Lorraine Motel. When you go inside, it's like a full-fledged museum. Like, they have a bus inside that was set on fire. They have the cell where Martin Luther King was jailed. That is, the actual cell is in there with the bed. It's like, you can walk directly to the hotel room that he stayed in. They have it glassed off, but you can look inside and it's preserved. It's like, they even have the cars outside of the motel.
I need to go see.
And then you can walk across the street and go to the boarding house where, what is the man that shot him? Lee Harvey Oswald, I think.
Well, I was about to say John Wilkes Booth. That's Abraham Lincoln, isn't it?
I think it's Lee Harvey Oswald. No, he shot Kennedy.
Kennedy,
shot Dr. King.
The FBI.
Google. Listen, and that's in there too. The whole FBI conspiracy. They got all of that. That is one of the most.
They were recording him 24/7 up until the time he was murdered. But y'all can't tell me who killed. And y'all did it to Malcolm X too. Y'all can't tell us who killed Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr.
So James Earl Ray. I always get this mixed up. James Earl Ray murdered Martin Luther King. That does sound right. Okay. Lee Harvey Oswald was JFK. But you can walk directly across the street to the boarding house where he stayed. His room is there. You can go into the bathroom. Like, it's eerie. Like, it's crazy. You can see the actual room where he took the shot. And it's a lot. But yeah, I say the museum in DC, the Smithsonian, it's worth the visit, but it is a lot. Like, go there mentally prepared to see a lot of things that you're not going to want to see. But on the plus side, you know, they have a section for Oprah. What's her name? Oprah. They have a section for Oprah Winfrey in there. There's a section on the Obamas. You know, their portraits are in Brooklyn right now, I believe.
They're coming to Atlanta soon.
They are?
They're going to be at the High Museum. I reactivated my membership to the High Museum, honey. I'm going. We forgot all about the center, y'all. It's going to be called the Obama Presidential Center. It's expected to take about 5 years to build. The cost is going to be $500 million, and it is anticipated that 750,000 visitors will come to it each year. So we're gonna be taking a trip to Chicago in 5 years. And I love Chicago. Chicago is one of my. We're gonna have to go like in the dead summer.
Is it really?
So, I love Chicago. At one point I wanted to move to Chicago. I did not because I couldn't do the winters there. Just
those winters.
Any city that got underground tunnels so that you can walk is treacherous, especially for somebody who grew up mostly in the South. And then the crime. But Atlanta is trying to do the most.
So we gotta wait until 2026.
Shit, we're gonna be 45. I might have kids by then. We're going to take my kids, Kim. Your kids going to be in college.
I'm going to need you to stop saying our age on this show.
Well, I be saying it because we look good. We look good. I be looking at some of y'all 20-year-olds on Instagram, and I be thinking, girl. And we didn't even have skincare routines back in high school. I used to know for a fact I used to put lotion on my face. What are y'all doing?
Listen, that's because these little girls these days be using that Gorilla Glue to glue their lace fronts down, and they be wearing a face full of makeup.
I used to put lotion on my face up until, baby, I was about 30.
I used to wash my face with water. Shoot.
And so, moisturize. I remember one time I went to Sephora and the girl's like, what kind of moisturizer do you use? And I was like, lotion? She said, you cannot pay me to put lotion on my face. She looked older than me, and she wasn't.
Did you see these pictures of Tammy Roman?
Mm-mm.
You know who Tammy is, right?
Yeah, David kicked off of the Real World.
Yes, remember she
and
got
I ain't never gonna forget
the
it.
Real World because the guy dragged her. No, she didn't get kicked off. Remember the guy David that dragged her down the hole?
She got him kicked off.
Yeah,
because he came and pulled that comfort off of her, but she had done the same thing to somebody else.
Let me send you this picture of her, right? Because she posted these pictures and she is very thin. I didn't know it was her at first. And, you know, people are commenting on it, and then other people are saying, you know, y'all was saying the same thing about Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, stop talking about folks. Yeah, she is really slim. But I remember Tammy, when she was on the Real World, she got her jaw wired shut and like stuff like that. So she's always done
but remember when she came on Basketball Wives?
Slim.
When she came on Basketball Wives, she was not slim.
You know.
But yeah, I think someone said she has lupus, or
I think she does get sick.
She had diabetes. I think someone said she had lupus.
Y'all gonna learn to stop talking about folks.
You know, just keep. I don't know how people have the gall to like comment under anybody's picture of someone, especially that you don't know. Like, where do you get the audacity?
It's the audacity for me.
She had diabetes. I don't know if she had lupus as well. Someone correct me on that. But yeah, she definitely had a health problem. So I think she looks good. I mean, she's slim, but her face is beat to the gauze. She got her wig is on tight. Got the highlights going. And shoot, I wish I could take a few more pounds off of this.
I'll give you about 30 of these hoes. Y'all can have them all.
Yeah, y'all need to stop commenting on folks' weight. Just let her be great. Dang, can a sister live? Shoot.
And everybody who talking about it probably fat at home with their wig sitting on crooked.
Eating Cheetos.
I got some Cheetos downstairs. Let's hurry up so I can get some Cheetos, girl.
Is it the hot kind or the regular kind?
Regular. The hot kind are for these sadistic new kids born after 2000. Something wrong with y'all. Damn hot Cheetos.
I never had those.
Woo! Baby.
Never will. Never will.
Your mouth be raw. Like really sadistic kids born after 1995.
Why they gotta be sadistic though?
Because anybody who could put a hot poker in their mouth and don't flinch, something's wrong with you.
I can't.
All my little cousins be eating them damn hot Cheetos, and I just be looking like badasses. Let's see. The last thing that we have for bullshit of the week is the Notorious B.I.G.'s biography. It's going to be It Was All a Dream. It's scheduled to be released for his 50th birthday, and I'm not going to lie and tell you that I'm going to watch it. I'm just not. He's going to be 50 in May of 2020. I'm going to forget by then.
You know what?
He's only 9 years older than us.
There's a documentary about him on Netflix. You should watch it. It was good. Like, there was a lot of stuff on there that I did not know.
Do you have to be a Biggie fan to want to know, though? Because I can't say I'm a Biggie fan.
Girl, well, I'm from New York, so of course I'm a Biggie fan. You should watch it. It's called Biggie, I Got a Story to Tell.
What's the story? Tell it now, so I don't have to watch it.
And look, it's real. Like, his mother is in it. His I can't remember his name. It was a tall guy that was always with him. He was with him on the night he was shot. He's in it. Puff's in it. Like, everyone is in it. It was actually really good.
Are Little Kim and Faith in it?
No. You know Little Kim ain't in it. Little C's was in it. What? Wait, was Faith in it? I don't remember if Faith was in it. I think Faith was in it. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Lay Twins Experience.
Don't forget to follow us on all of the socials. We are La Twins Experience on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and La Twins EXP on Twitter.
So, we will catch y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast so you'll never miss an episode.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please be sure to rate and or review the show. It would really help us out. Catch you next time.